All bots can be removed from old school RuneScape today, right now, if Jagex wants it. And these are not my words. These are the words from an ex-Jagex employee, Mod Matt Gay, who went to a podcast with few other old school RuneScape content creators and said that this is a real possibility. And Jagex has an option to remove all bots, but they're not doing it. He says in the podcast that Jagex has the technology and systems set up in place to detect bots immediately. So the question we need to ask ourselves is this: when will Jagex make a statement about bots? Because it's extremely clear that script running has taken over old school RuneScape right now. If you walk around anywhere in the game right now, you will likely see bots. Whether it's the wilderness bosses, whether it's a minnow fishing, whether it's LMS, and pretty much every skilling activity you can think of, there is a bot for that. This is a picture I took after googling bots old school RuneScape for 5 seconds, and the first result I got. Literally anyone with a single brain cell can figure out how to set up a script for every single action in old school RuneScape. Whether you want skilling, whether you want money making, whether you want training combat, minigames, quests, achievement tires, raids, I mean, you name it. That's how bad it's gotten. Keep in mind, if you go to these locations I mentioned or do these activities yourself right now, you can go see the scripts running yourself. They are everywhere. Now, as someone who absolutely loves this game to be successful, I hate to be a Debbie Downer in this situation, but this is just an awful picture to look at. And this unfortunately isn't even the worst part. Yesterday, I got a message from one of my community members. Hey Kriibus, today a brand new script came out that's never been seen before in old school RuneScape. And it is the first automated infernal script which does all the waves from start to finish without mistakes. The script was released yesterday and essentially you can run it with every account including one defense pures. The worst part is, according to him, this script costs $300 a day and you can rent it out yourself, meaning you can use it on your account to get the Inferno Cape today. Here is some footage of the bot first clearing out triple jats. And by the way, this is happening on a client that is not authorized by Jagex, which I feel is super illegal to do, but these players know they're probably not gonna get caught, so they feel like they can get away with this. Jagex launcher was kinda supposed to fix this unauthorized client situation we have going on, but the launcher has been out for over a year now and it has caused more trouble to players than fixed solutions. Even though I hope the launcher in long term is gonna make the game better, but you know, the ladies in the wine tasting seminar said that people are getting banned for using a Jagex launcher account right now, or at least getting their accounts locked. So take that with a grain of salt. And here is the same script being used to complete the final boss of the challenge and get the cape. This account has one defense. It doesn't have max stats. And to put into perspective for the people who have never done Inferno Cape before, even experienced PVMers can say that this is really freaking difficult to do. Like there are only probably few hundred people who can clearly do this challenge without max stats and one defense. It's very hard. And that was the intent of Inferno when it was released. It was supposed to be one of the hardest challenges in the game. And this bot cleaned it without almost any mistakes. Like you can clearly see that it just keeps going and it never stops. Right. Now, I understand that me talking about this issue is unintentionally also kind of advertising botting. But at the same time, if we don't talk about these things, they're never gonna get fixed. And like I said, a toddler can Google right now how to bot in old school RuneScape and probably would get an answer in less than a minute. So if you really wanted to do this, you probably would have already found a way to do it. Now, I ask again, when is Jagex gonna at least make a statement about these sort of problems and at the minimum look into trying to fix this? Because when you do corrupted content, when you do raids, when you can get a quest point cape, farm endgame bosses, do like duo necks with 2 or 3 people flawlessly, and now we have an option to complete one of the hardest challenges in the game with a script to get your best in slot cape. When is it enough? How far are we gonna keep going with this? Is this like the future of old school RuneScape where everything is automated and legitimate players are just like a secondary product? There was even a challenge that one guy posted on YouTube where he literally went from tutorial island to max game, meaning all 99 stats, something that would take a normal player most likely years to achieve. And not only that, he also used scripts to complete quests and bosses. The only reason he got banned at around 1.9k total level is because a Jagex employee manually saw this series and banned the guy. The creator of the series even said that he made another account without showcasing that series on YouTube, and that account actually got max total level, and he was using the most basic auto hotkey script to get max stats. How insane is that? Don't get me wrong, I genuinely don't mind some bots like minnow fishing or like mining bots, because let's be honest, you're not gonna go mine iron ore or you're not gonna go catch monkfish. But when it's supposed to be the most difficult challenge in the freaking game, and it's gotten to a point where in-game items like Bofa have dropped double in price due to bots running rampant in Gauntlet, just like almost every item that is being farmed, when are Jagex actually gonna take action against this? People are complaining that they genuinely can't do content like the wilderness bosses because bots crash you every time they find a free world, and if you try to kill them, they just teleport out. The script banks and then it comes back, and that is 100% destroying the player experience because bots only find worlds where legitimate players are in wieldy bosses. They never crash worlds where other bots are because they know players are gonna give up the spot and not compete against scripts. So it's easy crash. Look at this thread. I came back after a few weeks break to try my hand at Archeo, but was surprised to see every world has scout bots and snakeskin bandana bots inside killing the boss. Hopped words for 20 minutes before just logging out. Jagex, can you do something about these bots, please? Thank you. Now, I want to go back to the start. I'm not saying Mod Matt K is 100% correct here. Of course, he probably has at least a little bit of his own agenda in play here, but according to his words, Jagex has the possibility to remove all bots today, right now, but they're not doing it. If we take his word for the truth, that means pictures like this are absolutely meaningless. In the 2 years at Jagex, I've now removed almost 4 million accounts from the game, which comes to average around 40,000 accounts per week, give or take a little bit. And keep in mind, he's only one of the, I think, 3 right now that's doing this, if I'm correct. I might be wrong. Plus, on top of that, there's supposed to also be a system that automatically removes certain bot accounts. And if we consider all of that is true, and Jagex is removing over 100,000 bots every single week, and at the same time you can pretty much log in at any spot in Gillenor and find a bot standing next to you, then what the hell are we doing here? What the hell are we doing? I don't know, I'm losing my hope here. Someone please hold my hand. Okay, now, time to put on a tinfoil hat. The first reason why bots are so common is because making them has become much easier than ever. I can literally go to ChatGPT right now, type in, hey ChatGPT, can you write me a bot script for mining in old school RuneScape game? And within 10 seconds, I have a perfectly running script. Of course, there are a few things that need fixing here, and you need a client to set this up with, but it just goes to show you how easy botting is nowadays on a 20-year-old MMO game. The other reason why Jagex doesn't want to remove bots could be that they're afraid of dropping numbers. And this is a front to make the game look more alive than it actually is. If you go to the homepage right now, it shows that there are currently almost 80,000 people online, and after going through everything you saw in this video, it might be safe to say that at least half of these people are actually bots. The reason for this is because a lot of people play old school RuneScape very casually, so they don't log in every single day, and that would mean the number right here would be a lot smaller if bots were removed from the game. This happened with RS3 as well, like genuinely. There's probably a little bit over 10,000 people online, but they wanted to make the number look bigger, so they combined the two games together. And I think it might be the case with old school RuneScape as well. If you start actually removing bots numbers on both pages are going to go down drastically. And that's not a good look if you're an investment company. You want to make it seem like your game is more alive than it really is. And this is a common practice in a lot of games. If they don't find players to fight against you, they just add in bots. This is a very common thing in battle royale games like Fortnite. The other tinfoil hat theory is that Jagex is profiting directly from bots, and there is no incentive to get rid of them. They bring in money through bonds and memberships, which cost like $10 a piece. And why would you just want less money as a company, right? That doesn't make any sense. So there's probably a few more reasons. It's not so black and white, but I'm gonna end with this. The conclusion here is that I genuinely hope people start raising alarms, because the fact that scripts can now run and do any piece of content in game is insane to me, and it's absolutely destroying this game for legitimate players who just want to have fun and enjoy their achievements. I don't know. What do you guys think of this? That's it from me. Consider subscribing, because there's gonna be a video tomorrow as well. Probably something more lighter than this. But I thank you so much for watching, and I love you all. Bye. You know what? I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. That's it.